Yes, yes, it is me, Gerald the Poupée, and you are watching Shooting Shit. Yes.
The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 40 of Shooting Shit. Lordy, look who made it to 40. This week, and thank y'all for sticking with us, by the way. I know we've given a lot of shit takes, no pun intended, but this week we're diving into the Bloodline, which could also mean we're talking about Vince McMahon or Jeff Hardy with the alcohol bloodline.
You want to talk about someone who's in some deep shit right now. You mentioned Vince McMahon.
Oh yeah. We're digging all the way in. So,
thick, boys. It's getting thick.
It. Let's, you know what? Put on your waders. We're going through shit this week. Let's go. All right. Pop them if you got them, man. We're going to go through the shit that's just hit the fan over the last few days. Where do we start, man? Everybody's kind of just, whew.
There's so much to talk about this week. I mean, and it's not just, obviously the big headlines are WWE, but I mean, New Japan's in the news, AEW's in the news. You know what? Let's just start. Let's just get the big piece of shit out of the way right now. And let's talk WWE.
All right. Starting at WWE, we have to start at the top, man. We've got to go good old Vinny Mac. The board of directors, man, for WWE, which I think a lot of people forget, that's a publicly traded company. Mm-hmm. Has just now found out that Vince has been paying ladies hush money to play with the little Vinny Mac.
The genetic jackhammer?
God, yeah. That's another rendition of the Kiss My Ass Club. But, gentlemen, what's going on with the Vinny Mac situation? What do we got?
To me, I mean, are any of us honestly shocked by this? No.
Stunned silence.
I think it's more like, it took him this long to find out this stuff. But I mean, it just kind of makes me think about all the stuff that, Vince did with the women. You go back to the stuff he did with Trish in 2001 and then with Stacy Keibler and Tori Wilson, like when they came in and stuff. And it's just like, was that the real Vince McMahon? Is that who Vince McMahon really is? And the way it's starting to shake out, it looks like that's the case. And I mean, in all this, you really you feel bad for obviously for his wife Linda, who seems to be she seems to be someone who was always level. I mean, she ain't perfect, whatever, but it's just. You got Shane and Stephanie with their kids, and stuff. Obviously, how to that tarnishes. I would like to think that would tarnish the way that they look at their dad. And I mean, then you think about the grandkids. Shane and his wife's 3 boys, and then Triple H and Stephanie's 3 girls. I mean, that's their grandpa that did this. I mean, it's just, to me, it just screams. I almost feel like that this is starting to turn into like something we would see on the Jerry Springer show.
Well, Jerry Springer and I are good friends, DDJ. And
Wait. Is this Vince?
yes, who else is it, you idiot?
Wow.
Wow. You've got something to say, bud? You half-rate Miz? Yeah. Can't lace my boots, let alone touch the genetic hammer that is Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Wow. Just wow. I want to see how far that genetic jackhammer goes in a federal penitentiary.
Yeah, but see, are we? I guess we're gonna find out. Is Vince McMahon gonna play pitcher or catcher?
I'm gonna play neither. You saw what I did to Nancy. I got the one and only Superfly away with murder. You don't think I can get away with touching a few people?
Well,
That brings up a solid point. We got away with murder here. Okay, that's one.
He also beat the feds in the steroid trial.
We beat the feds in the steroid case.
They could never prove that.
And we have years and years of NDA hush money.
That's corporate practice.
Gotcha. So I just want to know, was Johnny Ace tag teaming with you, buddy?
Well, he was the rod to the jackhammer. And
Joey K, we've got the new dynamic dudes.
The new dynamic dudes. I mean, are you guys touching poles? What are we doing? Are we like
Are you crossing streams?
Whoa. Listen here. You want me to fire both of you?
I mean, are you going to pay me $3 million to do it?
Are you gonna kiss my ass?
I mean, $3 million.
This is a lot of money.
I'm willing to do a few things.
I bet you are.
Yeah, you're goddamn right. I am.
And that's what they said too.
Hey, Joey K, you know what? I don't know. Something must be wrong with Vince's voice. He kind of sounds like our good buddy Harold the puppet.
Harold. I know Harold the puppet. He's a good friend. I think he voiced himself after me. I can't prove it.
Oh, Vince. So,
I
so
mean,
are you planning on fighting this, or are you just gonna be like, you know what, I'm done?
I fight everything. I fought God and won, damn it. And I'm gonna beat this too. The same way we always do. Vince out.
Wow.
oh my god.
Hey, Jovan, you missed it. Vince McMahon was just on.
Yeah, I heard him like yelling down the hallway, I beat God. So, I mean, he's still holding on to that apparently.
Okay, so Jovan, what is your take on all of this?
You know, it's crazy, man. We've seen Vince and the WWE at large get away with a lot of just horrendous stuff. But I think that I think this may be a little too much to get away from.
Mm-hmm.
Every camel has that straw that breaks their back, and God bless them if they keep in business. This is going to make a hell of a Dark Side of the Ring episode.
Well, aren't they working with the people that made Dark Side of the Ring?
Yeah, we're not going to see that one.
Hey, we got the plane ride from hell, which was ill-advised. We're going to see something on this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Helicopter, baby.
But and one of the things that is really interesting that come out of this is what I believe it was Nia Jax was saying about, or something, about the, like, how people sometimes get in their positions and stuff like that. And there's something else that I also came across, and I think I came across this earlier today, and it kind of makes you wonder. I don't know if you guys saw, I can't remember if it was on Facebook or Twitter, but somebody posted an excerpt from AJ Lee's book. And they talked about, like, just how she's like, somebody from, like, the, I guess, corporate or whatever, or higher up was telling her how she was someone that, They were like, girls wanting to dress up with her and stuff, but it was almost like they were looking at her as like, guys want to sit down and play video games with her, and be friends and stuff, but she wasn't viewed as someone that, guys wanted to sleep with, whereas some of the other women. So I think,
that's a mistake.
Well, yeah, I mean, God bless CM Punk, good for him.
Yeah.
And stuff.
It's the best thing Phil's ever done. Current championship reign included.
Yeah. But I mean, to me, it just, I think in this day and age, especially in this age that we live in with, cancel culture and just everything else out there and stuff, I definitely don't see Johnny Ace, surviving this. I mean, hell, he's,
I don't know how he survived people power.
I don't know how he's going to survive the Bellas.
Oh yeah. That's a tag team that he doesn't want to see.
And one Bryan Danielson. I'm sure Danielson probably would want to kick his fucking head in.
Okay. Rapid fire, Joey K, DDJ, yes or no only. Are you ready?
Shoot.
Yes.
This is going to be a would you or wouldn't you? Yes or no answers only.
Oh boy.
Nia Jax leads the bunch.
Wait, say that again?
Nia Jax.
Wouldn't.
Ooh. Dennis.
No. She just strikes me as someone has, I think it's too much of a diva for my taste.
She's too tall.
She's a little tall. I bet Mojo climbed that. Anyway. All right. Let's see. We'll go into the history books. Sunny.
Sunny now? No. Sunny back in 1996? Absolutely.
100% 96.
100% in 96. It was the summer of 96 to 69. Let's look at Stacy Keibler.
1,000%. 1,000%.
Fantastic. Luna Vachon.
No, I think she'd be too much for me.
Your boy likes him crazy. That's a yes.
I knew that was coming. You would dig it. Let's see. I want to make the last one a good one.
Oh,
you got one?
Give me some solid gold. Come on.
Oof. I don't want to say Terry. Everyone's going to say yes to Terry Reynolds. Everyone's going to say yes to Lita and Trish. Let's go Ivory.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's a good one.
I actually have to think on this.
Yeah.
For a respectful answer. Yes.
Ooh.
Fuck. Yeah, we're throwing down. It's a yes.
Hell yeah.
If I knew I could have, if I had the endurance, yeah.
If I had the endurance, he's thinking that's going to be an all-night deal.
That'd be a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, but straight up, here's my condition: right to censor.
That was going to be my next question. Does the right to censor make it even more?
With the fucking tie and all? Yeah, that's a yes.
Okay, so I got to ask you this: Lilith Crane. Because I know she was often compared to Lilith Crane by, I think, Jim Ross.
Yeah, I think he did. It's a tough one. That's a tough one. I'll give respect to both. Yeah, I'll go for it.
Yeah,
do
fuck
anything
it.
once.
Fuck it.
All right, but no, I mean, just kind of putting a bow on this because we got, like I said, so much to talk about. And
I haven't even spoke about it yet, so that's okay.
Well,
sorry. My apologies. I thought in all this madness that you already played. Joey K, go ahead.
Well, this is the bullet you can't dodge in 2022.
Yep.
You have a publicly traded company. Like, this shit wasn't gonna fucking come out. I mean, it's the stuff that's been alluded to for years. We all fucking knew. Everybody fucking knew. and now it's going to come out into the light, and there's no fighting it. There's no going against it. The money trail is there. Fucking complicit parties are there. John Laurinaitis, fucking Kevin Dunn dumping all his stocks out, knowing shit was about to hit the fan. Rookie fucking move, bub. Rookie move. And now like hindsight 2020, look at what a lot of females involved in this company have publicly said in the past. And it's always, oh, they were disgruntled, they were this, they were that. You brought the shit up about what AJ said in her book. That's one. There's been a lot of women who publicly were like grossed out that Johnny Ace was coming back to the company.
Wasn't Gail Kim like one of the big ones?
I think Gail Kim was on that list. Nia Jax was one when she said something about it in a tweet, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that came out and people brought that back up today. There's a lot of fucking people that are going to come out of the woodwork and be like, well, it's public knowledge now, so fuck it. Torch it. Dude, this is, I hate to say it, this is one of those things that I don't think anybody's going to recover from. Damn. The company's going to have a huge black eye. And remember we were talking a while ago about the potential of a Disney deal, the potential like big money players in there. That shit's probably gone. That's all out the window. And now you're going to be floundering.
You think NBC would still be potential?
That's a whole thing. That's, you're going to see a lot of shit in the coming days that's going to start to break down.
Yeah. How much are they going to lose from sponsors? How are they going to lose their TV deals if all this keeps going through?
Yeah. And we're not talking fucking 2020s Me Too, nope. Joey Ryan shutting down. That's big fucking deal. No disrespect to anybody that, came out against Joey Ryan, but
hey, I touched that thing.
There's a big difference between Joey Ryan running fucking bar wrestling to Vince McMahon's WWE. And this is in my opinion the beginning of the end for a lot of things. The end of the McMahon era of WWE, and whatever happens with the product and goes forward from here will be completely different. I think you're going to see a massive shift in the fucking, the entire culture of professional wrestling as we know it. It's not looking good. Not looking good at all.
So everybody always wanted to joke about Vince McMahon buying AEW. Spoiler alert. Tony Khan might be able to buy WWE.
Honestly, he could, but I don't think he's not going to go anywhere. He's not going to even touch that with a 10-foot pole. I don't think.
My favorite thing I saw online, just because I'm going to shamelessly fucking promote them, because the Acclaimed are some of my fucking favorite things in AEW.
Yeah.
But that Max line, the line from Max that was popping up on Twitter, I had something to say.
It'll be on Rampage.
Is that coming for Rampage? I couldn't remember.
Yeah, it was during his entrance. Like, I guess he was in a match with the Gun Club.
Yeah,
it was part of the promo he cut, during their entrance.
I had something to say, but unfortunately, I had to sign an NDA. Yep. And the crowd in that fucking Twitter leak video of it was hot about that. I liked it. That's, I think, where you're going to see a lot of stuff. But I think you're just going to see a lot of these former WWE employees coming out and saying, yeah, that's behind closed doors. That's the confidential stuff. That's the things that people saw or heard.
Dude, they wouldn't say who it was, but one of the female talents said when they found out Laurinaitis was there coming back and he was the one handling the budget cuts, they said they would gladly have gotten their shit put in a trash bag and sent to them to deal with him again.
I saw that. I saw that too, and I'd love to know who it was, but
yeah, me too.
Does it even fucking matter at this point?
No. It doesn't because it's just like you said, and I mean, I really like your take. You know, it basically is, you know, this whole thing with the hush money and stuff. That's basically the iceberg, and the WWE is the Titanic. I mean, they hit the iceberg, and pretty soon it's going to start taking in water, and you know, it's going to be. It's a matter, like you said, a matter of time. But yeah, don't be surprised by, like, say, what is it? We're, you know, we're basically halfway through the month of June. Don't be surprised come like the end of the year or whatever. WWE's looks completely different than it does now because
I think that's coming. And I think it's coming sooner than rather than later, because a publicly traded company like WWE, you do have a board of directors, you have shareholders to answer to, and between all the shit with McMahon, Shane's gone, Stephanie's gone. Is Hunter even fucking alive? Like, he's basically
Hunter's still part of the company, but I don't think he really does as much. He can basically say he's pretty much,
yeah, he's out. And then, you know, the shit about Kevin Dunn dumping all his fucking stocks, he's gone. Laurinaitis is gone. Basically every top tier, with the exception of Nick Khan, ironically enough.
Oh, if I only had found a clip of William Shatner from Star Trek 2, that'd be perfect right now.
Dude, that God. Freaking Nick Khan has played the Game of Thrones so fucking beautifully right now.
Dude, if anybody doesn't think that's like that became real life, that they're just go back to the last 2 years of WWE, and it has played all out into his hand. And he's honestly probably going to be the last man standing, and that company is going to completely shift and change and be something different than what we have known for the past 40 years almost.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, like, you know, just how different it's going to be, because we talked about, you know, all this stuff going, but like all these people, like, you know, is it going to basically be, you know, are they going to wipe the slate clean and kind of hit the reset button? Are they going to, you know, are they just going to basically kind of do what they did with Ring of Honor and say, hey, you know, if you want to go work else? I mean, it's so interesting because there's so many different ways this could go. And, you know, it just kind of makes you wonder, like, you know, everybody, and I'm not talking just the talents. You talk about the people that work in the office, you know, at the, you know, setting up the ring crew, the, you know, the makeup people, the wardrobe people. I mean, this literally affects tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it's something, man.
The other thing is, honestly, yeah, so my thought, and I'll close on this, is the McMahon era of WWE is over. I think it's officially over after this. There's no coming back from it. You can fight it, you can argue it, whatever you want, but there's no coming back from it. So the WWE is either coming to an end, or the version that we have all known for the majority of our lives is completely gone, and it will be.
I think it's the latter. I can't see, with, you know, a lot of the talents that they have, you know, come in and stuff. I just don't see them, you know, folding up shop. But I definitely see, like you said, the WWE as we've known it is, you know, is pretty much just it's just a matter of time.
Put a bow on it, Joey K.
One very rich, powerful man who changed the entire business of professional wrestling has also fucked it up because he could not keep his dick in his pants.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's sad, you know. That's what happens, I think, when you start believing your own hype.
Agreed.
Believing your own hype, getting too big for your britches, just disappointing a lot of people, even though we've saw the signs all along. Of course, we're transitioning now to Jeff Hardy and this recent DUI, and just why? Where did they? What's going on, man? I mean, he was doing good, and out of nowhere, now boom, relapse right on the eve of a tag team ladder match where they're, you know,
the rumor was they were supposed to win the belts.
that's the whole thing. They were supposed to go over. Was it, butterflies? Because this is their final run. This is going to be their possible last title. This was their hoorah. And he goes out and literally in a span of 30 minutes, because the promoter that had him at a meet and greet said he was lucid, he was sober. We made very well clear that he had no alcohol. There were handlers to make sure he was good. And then he's arrested. Guys, Jeff Hardy, what are we thinking?
We've all, had someone in our lives that has gone through what Jeff is going through, and in some way, shape, name it, not necessarily be with alcohol, could be with drugs or something else, and stuff. And the thing that I'm most, I guess to say I feel good about this was that he didn't take anybody with him, like a la what happened with Sonny. Because I mean, just imagine, and if God forbid, if he had crashed his car and took somebody's life, it just how bad. But I mean, I will say this: I've kind of in some circles and conversations have said, Rebby Hardy sometimes needs to kind of keep her mouth shut, because I feel like she does more harm to her husband's career, not when she talks. But I think she actually nailed it when she said that, that they did, her and Matt did everything they could to ensure, outside of having him sleep between them in their bed, to ensure that he, did not have any alcohol. And, she called out all the people that were calling her and Matt enablers and stuff. I mean, but she's right. You can only do so much. You can't be with someone 24/7 and stuff, And to me, and I think and I think I want to, say good on TK for the way he handled it. He talked to Jeff before things happened, and he put out a statement saying, hey, Jeff's suspended without pay. He completes rehab and he stays sober. He can come back. So basically the ball's in Jeff's court. Obviously this run was to, to be the Hardys' last ride, so to speak, and stuff. But, so he's basically, I mean, and if it wasn't for the fact that this was the case, that like this was the Hardy Boys' last hurrah, I think Jeff would have been fired. Like he would have been like, you know what? We brought you in, we gave you a chance, and even if Tony Khan came out and fired Jeff Hardy, I would have, I wouldn't have been opposed to it, because he gave, he's giving Jeff Hardy that chance to, have one more good run, and stuff. But it's just, I hope, and I know we've said this, this has been said before, because this isn't the first time this has happened with Jeff. I mean, you talk about what he did, the stuff that happened with at Victory Road with Sting, when he came out basically, just bombed or whatever out of his mind. And, the times, the issues he's had when, during in the WWE and stuff, and it's just, sometimes you just need that one, just wake up call, just, and I hope this is it for him, because not only does he need to do this for himself, for his fans, for his family, his co-workers. Most importantly, he needs to get the help he needs for his wife and his kids, and that's the thing right there. Is it boggles my mind, but and stuff. How people can constantly do this when they're given so many chances, but it's just I don't know. I mean, it just goes to show you there's more to the alcoholism than just, he can't stop drinking. There's so much more to it. And I think a lot of people don't fully understand it. And I just hope that, whatever he does, I hope he gets the help he needs because, I think the fans just want one last, hoorah, like you said. So I'm done. Take it away, guys.
Joey K.
I'm not going to beat a dead horse because I really don't give a fuck. Grow up, Peter Pan. You're a 40-something-year-old man still living like you're a fucking 20-year-old kid. Sorry. It's just the truth. How many fucking chances does he have to blow? How many companies does he have to get fired from? I mean, we go back to fucking Turning Point, 11, 12, whatever year it was.
Mm-hmm.
The Masters thing, when he was pilled out of his fucking mind showing up for a show. Grow the fuck up, dude. Grow up. Dude, you got kids at home. Like, seriously, bro. Like, yeah, and you know what? Yeah, I know. Dude, Rebby is annoying as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I cannot fucking stand her half the time. I don't care for her fucking Twitter thumbs of going off and coming at fans all the time that criticize Matt or Jeff or whoever. It doesn't fucking matter. But in all honesty, she is right this time.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Jeff's a grown fucking man. Sort your shit out. Get your life together. You pretty much blew your final run because I've been saying for weeks that neither one of them have it anymore. They're fucking done and they shouldn't even have a fucking run with the titles. But if Tony's going to fucking throw the belts on them to, sell some shirts and service a few fans, great. All the power to him. But you blew that shit. That's over. It's a wrap. Jeff needs to go home, sort his fucking life out, make sure he's fucking around for his kids, like when they're at least adults, because the rate you're going with that shit, no, dude, 0.294, 0.294,
like something like 3.5 times the legal limit.
I don't know what the limits are for your states, but in PA it's 0.08.
That's what it is here in Illinois, I believe.
Okay, so 0.294, and you're behind the wheel of a car. Fuck off. Like, that shit is ridiculous to me. So, you know what? I think Tony should have fired his ass.
And it's like I said, it just thankfully he was stopped before he could do any serious damage to not only himself.
I agree. But it's sad. It's sad that we even have to say that. Well, thankfully he was. Yeah. Well,
no, I agree.
What if he fucking wasn't? Because you know
what? Funny.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, man. He's older than us. Man's in his fucking 40s. Stop fucking living the gimmick of being so extreme for once and be a fucking normal human being, at least in one aspect of your life. Don't fucking drink and drive. I'm not saying he's on anything else, but like, dude, that's a fucking high blood alcohol. Yeah. So, whatever happens, if he ever comes back, cool. If he doesn't, I'm cool with that too. I don't care. I was a Hardy's fan since the 90s. Awesome. Love it. But, there's only so many times where I'm going to look at this guy and go, The other thing too is probably in our age group, we're a little bit jaded because we grew up with a lot of stars who drank themselves to death, pilled themselves to death. And, these younger fans have no fucking idea. All the newer fans, all these young kids who are into AEW and stuff because it's a cool new thing. Like, they didn't grow up like watching their favorite wrestlers in real life, like fucking drink themselves to death or pill themselves
all the Von
up.
Erichs,
Guerrero,
Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
Brian
I mean,
Gilman.
Jesus Christ. The list goes on. I mean, it's ridiculous. And we're only talking some top names there.
Yeah.
We're not even talking mid or undercard guys.
Indie guys, indie darlings who
I mean, fucking yeah. It's sad. It's just fucking sad. I don't want to see him have another run. I want him to hang it up and just be fucking done. Move on with your life, man. Like, obviously you're not getting any better in this fucking business. So
one thing I want to ask, does this kind of maybe valid, because I know there's a lot of controversy over what happened with this departure from the WWE. I mean, does this kind of, I don't know if maybe validates the right word, or maybe reaffirm that maybe the WWE made the right call when they let Jeff go.
I mean, they didn't really let him go. He kind of just walked out, and they.
But I mean, they just basically out. They released him from his contract. They could have just easily said, we're sending you home. They could have basically done. They could have given him the Sasha Banks and Naomi treatment, where they suspend him without pay.
Yeah, but I mean, at that point, they've already beaten the dead horse with Jeff. I think, honestly, he wasn't, and not to give too much credit, but the Jeff in AEW wasn't the Jeff that we saw in WWE for those final months. Completely different Jeff Hardy. If Jeff was probably going like the Jeff in AEW, they probably would have made him sit there and run it out. But the Jeff in WWE was literally there for the paycheck and to get in and get out. So I don't want to say it reaffirms WWE's decision, but it does kind of make those of us who stuck up for him kind of second guess ourselves of, well, was he truly sober at the time that they let go of him? Because he fought that really hard that he was sober. He was just not injured. He got his bell rung and he walked out. So,
and I mean, now the tests and everything came back that he was clean.
Yeah. So it's always something we're going to wonder, man, since he's shown that he can't stay clean. He's going to have to prove it.
Yeah, agreed.
Let's step on down to the match that he was supposed to be on. You know what? I don't want to shoot straight to the match. AEW Dynamite. Let's hit a little bit of highlights from the show, man. It was a pretty strong ass show heading into the Forbidden Door. We finally got some match updates for Forbidden Door.
Yep.
We got 2 bangers to start the show. What do we think of the show overall, guys? What are we jumping into?
Dude, it was a great show, and like you said, it's definitely naturally, and and I'm sure Giovanni, you might feel the same way here, but I mean, obviously, we're anybody that's going to Forbidden Door is excited to go to the show and stuff. But I mean, to me, the excitement level went up a few notches as a result of what we saw. I mean, we had just that absolute gem, and I mean. And I know Joey K spoke very highly of Dax, in his match with Cash being one of his, favorites and stuff. And obviously, and that was a classic. But I mean, Dax is really coming into his own as a singles wrestler because he had that banger with Cash. And I don't know if
his match with Punk was great too.
Yeah. Match with Punk, but I mean this match with Will Ospreay was just unfucking believable.
I can't remember a match that I've watched in a long time where I was so invested into the match, into the storytelling, that every near fall legitimately had me popping.
Yeah, I was watching it too, and I was thinking,
did you guys feel that it was a definite New Japan match and not an AEW match? Because that
felt very New Japan-ish to me.
There was a couple of jump on the neck spots, yeah.
Yeah, especially like all the near falls. The last, I would say, 4 minutes of that match, 5 minutes of that match, were like, I was just like this. The vibe is just totally New Japan, which I enjoyed because I like seeing that. You watch WWE and it's a WWE style match,
right?
Yeah.
Now, what's nice is you can turn on AEW and see a New Japan match like that. However, the post match did leave a bad taste in my mouth. If there's one thing I am not excited for, I love Will Ospreay. I think he's unbelievably talented. But Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy at Forbidden Door.
He wanted a homegrown talent, dude.
I'm gonna say this. I can see where you would be maybe concerned or disappointed about this match, but I'm gonna come out and say it, and this is me being the glass half full, being the eternal optimist, whatever you want to call it, and stuff. But I've got a feeling I think that match is gonna possibly be a show stealer.
It's always sunny days with Dennis Day.
Well, I'm glad DDJ is sitting at the bar with Jeff Hardy somewhere because you are absolutely shit faced thinking that. Number 2 is we're not getting Punk and Kenta.
Excuse me, I'm gonna go off
Fucking
camera
bummer.
and cry right now.
Yeah, you should. We're not getting Punk and Kenta. We're not going to see Okada most likely unless he pops in for something, but we're not going to see an actual match with Okada. I'm already down on fucking seeing Tanahashi because I just don't. Whatever.
You know what?
And hold that fucking thought. The only redeeming thing that I still hope for that will fucking redeem this entire card for me at this point,
Miro.
I'm gonna fucking quit the show. I swear to God, I can't with you two. The only redeeming thing I still hope for at this point is Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. Because if that doesn't happen, this entire fucking card to me is just like whatever.
Buddy,
God,
they still haven't announced who Switchblade is gonna go against.
It's gonna be fucking Hangman. We all fucking know it. And
Hangman
Adam Cole's
or
gonna get
maybe
involved.
both.
It's not gonna be either of them. It's gonna be Kenny Omega. You know,
I
I'm
don't
true.
know.
I mean, do you just want to chortle my balls right now? Because don't fucking. I've already been disappointed with every other fucking match announcement so far. I don't need any more disappointment in my life. Kenny's not coming back. It's not going to happen at Forbidden Door. It's not.
If he does, it's going to be in a non-wrestling capacity.
Correct. I should preface that by saying same thing as Okada. We'll see. We might see Omega. We might see Okada, but I don't think it's going to be in an actual match in any wrestling capacity.
Okay.
But God damn it, if I don't get Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr., I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of my life at that point.
Well, I don't know
I just don't
who hurt you, but I love you.
Tony
still.
Khan. Tony Khan.
Oh, Tony Khan.
Where did he touch you?
Yeah.
How
much money did he pay you?
I wish I would gladly sign a $3 million NDA, and I will not complain about this card anymore, and I'll praise the horse shit that they're feeding me. But God damn it, man!
Maybe because you're not going.
Dude, Will Ospreay does not fucking deserve to have to go against Orange Cassidy. And look, I'm not even saying I fucking hate. I'm not even saying I fucking hate OC. He's fun. It's a good gimmick. It's funny. He can work. It's all part of his gimmick. I like that. Appreciate that. But Will fucking Ospreay, dude? Seriously? Fuck all. Like, Ospreay deserves to go against a fucking top level challenger.
Fantasy book game 101. Who would you put him up against? If you had the pen.
Ooh, old school callback.
If I had the pen,
man,
Will Ospreay. I mean, truthfully, and it's not going to happen. I want Ospreay versus Omega. Fuck the Okada Omega number 87. I want to see Ospreay Omega. Like that would be to me top fucking tier.
I would have gone with, especially if we're talking about an AEW original. I think I mentioned that mentioned this on our show a few weeks back when we were talking about Forbidden Door when it first got announced. I would have loved to have seen Ospreay versus Jungle Boy.
Oh, he's hurt. We'll get into that in a second. I would have actually gone a little bit different. I would have gone Ospreay and Wheeler Yuta.
Interesting.
Really?
Dude, you don't like Wheeler Yuta?
I like Wheeler Yuta, but I don't like him against Ospreay.
Why?
Because it's just not the fucking match. We're talking about Ospreay, who we fucking last year praised up and down for his fucking title run in New Japan. Okay.
He's still a great wrestler.
I'm not saying he's not, but I'm just saying we're gonna sit here, we're gonna praise Ospreay for his work as the IWGP champ, and then he's gonna get fucking OC or Wheeler Yuta. I mean,
time out. This is an AEW problem. AEW doesn't have top tier talent that's not named John Moxley, Kenny
How many
Omega,
times
Chris
have I said
Jericho.
that?
So nobody in your eyes is living up to,
No.
Will Ospreay, because they haven't built that next megastar, and Hangman Adam Page isn't it.
He's not.
So yeah, I mean, Mox has a dance partner. I do not want to see Ospreay have to dumb his skill set down to work with Jericho. Omega's hurt. Going next. Next big guy, Cody left the company. Who else is that megastar? The Bucks are probably going to be busy.
He's a
Please let the Bucks. Please let it be Bucks versus Gorillas of Destiny.
I would just all over myself.
That would save me. That would save me on that show for sure. Or do you do a true? I mean, you really can't, because the rest of fucking United Empire is already booked up now. So, goddamn, man, there isn't. And I said this before. I said this. AEW does not have that. It's either you're the fucking top star, and their mid card is just absolutely floundering.
Yeah,
I've been saying that for a fucking while. Honestly, though, here's a great one, but not going to happen because we already got other plans. Scorpio Sky, Will Ospreay would be
that'd be a really good
classic
one.
match.
Both of them use the cutter.
Even Sammy against Ospreay. Hey, remember that guy that they signed from Ring of Honor, Jay Lethal? I mean, that would be a great match against Will Ospreay.
What's Gresham doing?
Yeah. Anybody seen him lately? Jesus fucking Christ, your Ring of Honor fucking champ. That would be fucking absolute mint, but you're not. You're getting fucking Orange Cassidy because they want to sell fucking t-shirts. I never wanted to say this, but goddamn, it's AEW becoming a fucking t-shirt company. Because it sure as fuck feels like it sometimes.
They started as one according to a lot of marks.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, no, they're doing something different. And now I'm starting to feel like, Jesus Christ, we're putting Orange Cassidy against Will Ospreay. What, we're going to sell some more Orange Cassidy shirts? Fuck all, dude. I don't care. I want to see top tier matches. I don't want to see a fucking, what design they're going to release at the end of the fucking pay-per-view on Pro Wrestling Tees. I don't really care. It's tough. Punk getting hurt, I get. Danielson being hurt at the moment until they announce something else, I get. I don't know, man. Omega's hurt. Book yourself into a corner. Book yourself into a corner with the show a little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on the All Atlantic. That's not completely Atlantic title. That fucking train wreck. Ugh. Fucking hey, man. Oh God. Geography.
They just wanted to make Japan feel included.
Oh man. Speaking of Japan,
go on.
what's either of you guys watch new Dominion?
I did not.
Is that the one with the dominatrix?
No, that's something else.
Oh, okay. I got confused.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. NJPW Dominion? Who didn't watch that? Who doesn't know?
I didn't watch it.
Well, fuck off. We are once again in the era of the Switchblade. We are breathing with King Switch.
Which is the right choice.
Absolutely the right choice. I never want to see this man without a belt around his waist. Some questionable choices during the matches. Don't necessarily love Tama Tonga losing the never. Don't absolutely. I'm a Tama Tonga fan. I'm sorry. I'm a mark.
Tama Tonga is the man.
Fuck yeah, he is. Tama's amazing.
Love him.
I mean, not much else is really bothering me about the show. What'd you think, DDJ? Dominion, what's your ideas? What's your opinions?
I enjoyed it. I mean, I hadn't watched the New Japan show in a while, but I mean, I keep tabs, especially like, you know, they had the best of the Super Juniors, and obviously we're getting ready to start with the G1, which I believe they said it's like 28 deep this year or something like that. But I mean, there was a lot of really good stuff on there. I mean, Cobb and the Great O'Khan got the tag titles back.
Correct choice.
I was real happy about that.
Oh, dude, anytime I get to see that jackass lose, I'm thoroughly tickled pink.
Fuck Chase.
Fuck Chase.
Fuck Chase.
I want to know the one match that I really, really, really enjoyed, and I think I mentioned this to you, Jovan. That match that they had for the KOPW 2022 trophy with Taichi and Shingo.
Yes,
that was a lot of fun. A 10-minute match where basically you had to accumulate the most pinfall counts or whatever.
Yeah,
or something. I mean, I'd never seen a match like that, and I didn't know what to think. But man, that was actually a lot of fun.
Dude, I love Shingo. The Dragon is a freaking beast.
And then like you mentioned, Ospreay winning the U.S. title, but Robinson's still holding on to the belt, so Ospreay doesn't actually have a belt, and that kind of plays into his whole, you know, how like
getting fucked by New Japan once again.
Yeah,
that's just good story. That's just good story. I like
great continuation.
Yeah,
because he was the real IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Now he's the real U.S. champion.
When he came out at what the fuck? What was the night he came out with the title in California? What show was that?
Was that
when Ospreay returned and he had the title belt with him, and when he said he was the real champ?
Had to have been a New Japan Strong show.
It was a strong show, but I can't remember which one it was. Anyway, it was perfect, dude. We were talking about it, hyping up fucking Ospreay, like, oh shit, they got this amazing story. Yeah. And did it play out the way everybody wanted? No, but now you get to replay it again with the U.S. title, and you know, hey, fucking shitty for Juice, because I love Juice. I love the heel turn. I love him joining Bullet Club. I think we all agreed on that. I think it was a great move.
Great move.
Yep.
And just fucking shitty timing to having appendicitis and surgery and all that, you know. So, but he'll get back in the mix, I'm sure. I think overall Dominion, good show. Everything played out well, with the exception, other than that, I'll say this. I didn't want to see Tama lose the title, but the storyline of losing it to Machine Gun.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it for that story and the
Bullet Club OGs.
Yeah, I get that. I do. So, but at the same time, you know, I want to see him have it a little bit longer. Selfishly, I wanted to see him have it a little bit longer.
I want to see him cash it in.
Yeah. Overall, great show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to me, though, the star of that night was clearly Jay White.
Yes, the dude's a freaking megastar.
And he's
Jay White,
not only in the ring but on the mic as well. He's been killing it on the mic.
Jay White has built up from relative I mean, the definition of fucking mid card to
young boy.
Absolute all the way from young boy all the way up to fucking top tier of New Japan, and it's been an awesome ride to see it.
Their storytelling, from him being courted by Kenny Omega and Bullet Club all the way to where we are at now with the Switchblade era.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfection.
Dude, his promo that he cut in the ring after he won the title, how he talked about if it wasn't for him, there's no AEW.
Yeah, called himself the Catalyst.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And technically what he said, he wasn't wrong with what he said.
He was not. And it was like the perfect heel buildup of him throwing himself, saying, yeah, all you fucking fanboys of AEW wouldn't be here if it weren't for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, what a fucking
I beat Kenny. Dig. I was the reason he left.
Yep. Yeah. That was some fucking top-notch storytelling. I fucking love that.
You want to know what else I got the absolute just biggest kick out of with Jay White? how he was playing to the crowd, how like they can only clap, they can't scream or yell or anything, and he's like trying to get him to chant at him, like he's egging him on and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess apparently it got so bad that like the public address announcer had to get on the mic and say don't do it or something. I just thought that was just
great.
That was some good shit there,
dude.
Well,
fucking Jay White's just killing it right now. He's having a fucking year. And,
dude, he's been having a fucking career.
Yeah. Past 2 years.
Yeah. Well, we are down to maybe 5 minutes left before we hit an hour on this crazy shindig, and we didn't even hit everything. Let's finish this strong. We teased it last week. We made the people wait long enough. Make it short, make it sweet, but make it very detailed as you can. How are you booking the Bloodline? Because this was our big tease from last week. We were going to solve the Bloodline problem. So solve it for me, DDJ, first with how do you take the belt off of Roman, and what do you do with the Bloodline?
Honestly, at this point, you can't take the belt off Roman because Cody's hurt, Orton's out. I mean, there's really nobody. I mean, Riddle. This is going to drop on the later on when this drops. Riddle's going to be challenging Roman for the title, and the stipulations if he loses, he can't challenge for the title as long as Roman's champion. And I mean, and with Roman most likely not gonna be at Money in the Bank, I just think right now there's nothing. You can't really do anything. They have nobody that's legit. I mean, every legit threat to Roman's reign, no pun intended, is injured right now.
They booked themselves into a corner. I said it before, and it stands even harder now with Cody being hurt. They booked themselves into a massive fucking corner of putting all the titles on the Usos and Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Your mid-card titles haven't counted in years, so I don't give a fuck about the Intercontinental title or the US title.
You know what though? I think putting the Intercontinental title on, I'll just Gunther, aka Walter. I like that. Like I think he's gonna be holding that for a while. I mean, I've actually liked what they've done with him since they brought him to the main roster, but he's got a long way. Like he's really, I guess, okay. If there has to be someone currently that's active and not injured that could possibly pose a threat, I don't want to say right now, but like give him a few more months. Like the only one I can think of would be Gunther. He's the only one that I think could be presented as a legitimate threat. And I'm talking, you give him like, what's it, June? I'd say maybe Survivor Series. If you build him up enough.
Well, think about last Survivor Series when they fucking squashed him out.
Yeah, that's true.
So
he's the only one I could think right now that if there had to be someone, he'd be the only one. But like I said, you would have to give him a few months.
Yeah. In my opinion, there's nobody. They fucked themselves over. They booked themselves into a corner. They're giving Roman fucking carte blanche to wrestle whenever he wants, and he's not going to fucking be around. And he has all the titles tied up. There is nobody on that fucking roster that could or should challenge at this point. So I don't know. I don't have an answer.
And as for the tag titles, the only team right now that I could see that could possibly be, be a threat to the Usos would be the Street Profits.
Fair.
Well, damn. Not much in the way of how we would book Roman getting the belt off, especially Joey K right there. With the basic, just it's undoable because you screwed yourself. There's always a way. There is always a way. Life finds a way.
Dear God, don't tell me you're going to have them bringing Jeff Goldblum.
I hope so. I'd rather watch that than pretty much any other product at this point. So,
gentlemen, I kind of like the idea of an Uso turning on Roman Reigns. Kind of like that idea. They've teased it at the beginning. Now everybody's sold 100% into the tribal chief. But with your massive gaping hole at potential candidates, you're going to have to accelerate one of your WrestleMania plans. It might be time for the great one himself to make an appearance and challenge the big dog. We need a legitimate challenger. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not putting Rocky over. Matter of fact, I'm taking it the other way around. I'm having Rocky take that loss, and I'm having Rocky take that loss fairly convincingly. But I'm having that done so that it furthers that story into WrestleMania, into the rematch, into the it's about drive, it's about power, it's about, you know, to stay hungry and all that bullshit. And you really, really dig into The Rock wanting that moment back, having to prove that he is the true tribal chief of that family. Now, all for naught, because I see Dwayne taking the loss again at WrestleMania. But at this point, we set ourselves up for an immaculate return, someone to make a save once Roman has finished off The Rock thoroughly. There's a beatdown that ensues. The Usos come out there to realign their loyalty because, of course, in this type of storyline, you need one of the Usos to try to come out and act like they were turning for it to be very viable. And who makes the save at the grandest show of them all to set up the next actual title feud? The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
I think he's back before WrestleMania.
Oh, no, he will be. He will be. But I'm saying one of the Usos eliminates him in the Royal Rumble. You can't have Cody win the Rumble. Cody's not going to be back in time for Money in the Bank. Cody's story.
Cody win the Rumble?
Because it builds into that WrestleMania moment of the big babyface save, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson saved by Cody Rhodes.
I don't know if I'm going to agree with you. I think honestly, I think him coming back and winning the Rumble. Really, I think right now, if I had to put money down who I think's winning the Royal Rumble, I'm going with Cody.
Okay, hey, I feel you, man. I think I've dug into my mind and I've dug into my fanboy heart and looked at how I would possibly book this the best way possible, man. And I don't want that return into a Rumble win because I don't want the fans to feel like they're forcing Cody down our throat. But you have Cody get thrown out by Jimmy. You have Cody thrown out by Jay. Somebody takes him out, which furthers his bloodline story. Maybe whichever brother is, you know, siding with Roman in my mystical Rock feud that's going to last for maybe 2 to 3 big pay-per-views. And, you know, Cody is taking on the other brother. Cody is somehow still connected into the back part to where the big save is needed. Cody's the logical person.
So the only other thing I was thinking about this while you were talking, the only other person I could think of that like would even have a chance of like being perceived as a serious threat would have to be Brock Lesnar.
We haven't seen Brock since he dropped the belts, and I heard he was highly pissed that he dropped.
I mean, I don't think we're going to, but like he's the only other one. Like if you were to say like you had to produce someone, say tomorrow, that could be perceived as a threat to Roman, he's the only one that really you could throw out there right now.
All right, sucking teeth. What else you got? You got to close out with something?
Vince's dick. That's your next champion.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, episode 40 of Shooting Shit. Thank y'all for coming, man. Thanks to everybody listening here. Vince's dick for the win. Thanks to the ladies in accounting, to the guys out there in catering, to the people who signed the NDAs. This is Shooting Shit from the Genres Podcast and Network. We love y'all.
Before we go, I just want to say to you guys and to all our shooters out there who have kids, all the heats out there, happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, boys.
Happy Father's Day to everybody with the weak pull-out games. I love you, fellas.
Hey, there ain't nothing weak about this game right here. Goodbye, everybody. Do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Follow the show on Twitter at SHOOTINSHT, and thanks for listening.